Heaven is waiting for your response. Archangel Michael says your reaction decides the outcome. Now, my beloved child, there comes a moment in every soul's journey when the heavens fall silent waiting. Not because they have abandoned you, but because they are watching what you will do next. And right now, that sacred moment has arrived for you. Archangel Michael, the great protector, has spoken. He says, heaven is waiting for your response. Yes, your reaction in this very season will decide what unfolds next. Not by chance, not by destiny, but by your conscious choice. Every emotion, every word, every single heartbeat is being recorded in the light. You've been sensing it lately, haven't you? That strange pull in your chest, the restless dreams, the sudden chills even when the room is calm. That's no coincidence. Those are divine signals. Michael has been standing near you, shield in hand, eyes blazing with truth, urging you to awaken. Heaven has already placed a divine offer before you. It's not about wealth or fame, but alignment. You are standing at a spiritual crossroad. The next step you take could shift your entire life. Do angel whispers. Your reaction will shape your destiny. But what does that mean? It means the way you respond to this moment, whether in fear or in faith, will determine if the gates of blessing open or remain still. Because heaven doesn't force miracles. It mirrors your energy. The universe has paused. Time itself is holding its breath. The angelic realm is leaning forward, waiting to see if you will surrender your doubts and answer the call that's echoing through your soul. So, let me ask you, will you respond with trust or hesitation? Because right now, Michael is watching, wings unfurled, sword raised, not in judgment, but in readiness to act the second you decide. This isn't a story about fate. It's about divine reaction. Heaven's power moves through the choices of those who dare to believe even when the outcome is unclear. If you've been seeing repeated numbers, feathers in strange places, or feeling sudden bursts of emotion, know this, it's not random. Those are confirmations that heaven's message has reached you. You are being prepared for something colossal. Something your spirit has been waiting lifetimes to experience. But it will only unfold once you make the inner move, once you decide how to respond. Archangel Michael isn't asking for perfection. He's asking for permission. Permission to step into your life and activate the divine protection already promised to you. But first, he needs your yes. And when that yes comes from your heart, not your mind, everything changes. Stay alert, my beloved child. The signs are aligning. The heavens are shifting. The angels are watching your next breath. Don't let fear ride your story. Let faith open the gates. Stay till the end, because what you will discover next will show you exactly what Archangel Michael wants you to do tonight. My beloved child, there is something sacred unfolding right now. The moment you began to listen with your heart, a ripple moved through the heavens. Archangel Michael felt it. The entire angelic host took notice. Because your attention, your awareness is not a small thing. It is a vibration. And every vibration changes the course of light itself. That's why your response matters more than you realize. Heaven does not respond to fear. It responds to alignment. When your soul aligns with faith, mountains move. When your heart vibrates in courage, timelines shift. Archangel Michael is not speaking in riddles. He's guiding you through an invisible doorway that only opens for those who are ready to rise above the noise of the world. You've been walking through a fog surrounded by confusion, disappointment, maybe even betrayal. But right now, that fog is lifting. You may feel as if your life has been paused, like the universe has placed you in a waiting room. Yet, that waiting is divine strategy, not delay. Michael has been standing guard at the threshold, protecting you from what was never meant to reach you, while preparing you for what has been written for your soul since the beginning. You feel that energy around you now. A tingle, that warmth across your shoulders is his presence. His wings are stretched around you like a shield. You are safe. Even if everything outside feels uncertain, heaven isn't testing you, it's training you. Every challenge you faced in silence, every tear that fell unnoticed was not wasted. They became seeds of transformation. And those seeds are now breaking open, but here's the mystery. Heaven cannot move until you move. Angels are not pedditors. They are pugthers. They wait for your permission to activate divine intervention. That's why Michael says, heaven is waiting for your response. Because the instant you choose light over fear, truth over confusion, peace over panic, the realm of heaven releases its power in your direction. You might be wondering, what does heaven want from me right now? It wants your surrender. Not the weak kind that gives up, but the sacred kind that lets go of control. The one that says, I trust that what's meant for me will not miss me. Because that sentence unlocks miracles. That sentence tells heaven that you are ready to receive every sign you've been noticing lately. Be it a sudden fragrance of roses, a flickering candle, a call from an old friend, or a dream that feels too real. These are not coincidences. They are divine nudges from Archangel Michael reminding you that you're not alone, you were never forgotten. Heaven hath been preparing this message long before you even knew you needed it. But now comes the choice. The moment when your reaction determines the path. Size, you can choose fear and the universe will match your hesitation. Or you can choose faith and the universe will mirror your courage. It is your response that activates the next chapter. Let your heart be still for a moment and listen, not to me, but to the quiet voice within. The one that whispers softly. You are being guided, he rested. That is the language of heaven. That is how Archangel Michael speaks when words are not enough. You may not see it yet, but right now, angels are working behind the veil. They are aligning circumstances, shifting energies, and redirecting people and opportunities that are meant to cross your path. But they will only appear when you take that inner step of faith. So breathe, ground yourself, and know that the storm you're facing is not your enemy. It's your initiation. The lightning is not there to scare you, it's there to illuminate the path that's been hidden in the dark. Archangel Michael says, do not let your reaction be fear. Let it be faith because heaven moves at the speed of your belief. If you're feeling this message resonate deep inside, it's because your soul already knows it's true. This is your moment of divine awakening. You are being called to rise, to speak light into your own life. To respond with power, not panic. Before this night ends, take a quiet moment and speak directly to Archangel Michael. You don't need fancy words. Just say, "I'm ready. I give my yes." Because when you do, the heavens respond instantly. You'll begin to see signs multiply. Synchronicities align and peace return to your mind like waves washing over a shore. This is the divine rhythm of heaven. The echo between your call and its answer. The stronger your faith, the faster the echo returns. And now as you listen to these words, know that your energy is shifting. The fear that once gripped your heart is dissolving. The weight you've carried for so long is lifting. The heavens are leaning closer, eager for your decision. But remember, my beloved child, this journey is not just about listening. It's about sharing light. When you share truth, you expand its reach. So if this message touches you, let it flow. Share it. Comment with your heart. Subscribe to the vibration of faith and let the energy ripple through the world. Because when light is multiplied, darkness cannot survive. Archangel Michael is not only calling you to respond. He's calling you to become a messenger of response. The world needs your voice, your faith, your light. Someone out there is waiting to hear the message that only you can deliver. So step into this divine moment with courage. Let your reaction be your declaration of trust. Heaven is waiting and your answer decides everything. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, the moment you said yes in your heart, something shifted in the unseen. You may not feel it yet, but the atmosphere around you has changed. The energy that was once heavy and uncertain has started to lighten, snorts, like clouds breaking after a storm. Archangel Michael has begun to move. The sword of truth is now cutting through invisible barriers that once held you back. And though you cannot see the battle taking place, your spirit can sense it. The sudden calm in your chest, the clarity beginning to form in your thoughts, that is heaven responding to your faith. Do not underestimate this invisible exchange between your soul and the divine. Every word you speak and trust becomes a command in the higher realms. Michael listens not only to your prayers but also to your emotions. He feels your hesitation, your longing, your hope. That's why he says your reaction decides the outcome. Because your emotion is the language heaven understands best. Fear speaks one message, but faith speaks another, and the heavens align accordingly. This is why the silence in your life lately hath been sacred. When you felt forgotten, heaven was not ignoring you. It was listening more closely than ever. The angels don't rush. They wait until your heart is ready to receive what's been written for you since before time began. Archangel Michael has been standing beside you through every season of confusion, quietly guiding you toward this very awakening. He has been whispering truth even when you couldn't hear it through the noise of your own thoughts. You see, there is a law in the realm of spirit. Your inner world creates your outer reality. Heaven can only release what your soul agrees with. If your heart agrees with fear, doors stay closed. But if your heart agrees with divine trust, even stone walls crumble. That's why Michael's message is not just spiritual, it's practical. Your reaction determines what manifests next in your life. The miracles you've been praying for are waiting for one command: your surrender to divine timing. Look back at the moments in your life when everything seemed uncertain, yet somehow things work out perfectly. Those weren't coincidences. That was Michael's hand moving quietly behind the curtain. He is the angel of divine alignment, making sure every piece falls into place at the right time. But remember, his sword only strikes when your spirit says, "I'm ready." Heaven cannot override your free will. And that's why your response holds the power of creation itself. Right now, heaven is holding its breath. The light around you is shimmering, waiting for your next move. You stand between two energies, fear and faith. And whichever you choose, the entire universe will align with it. If you choose fear, shadows multiply. But if you choose faith, even the impossible begins to unfold. The power has always been inside you. Archangel Michael is simply reminding you to use it. Take a deep breath, my beloved child. Feel the air move through you. That breath is divine. It connects you directly to the source of all creation. When you breathe in faith, you breathe out miracles. The vibration of trust is what heaven needs to work through you. And here's something you need to know now. Heaven's waiting is not endless. There are divine windows, moments when the veil between worlds is thin. You are in one of those windows right now. This is your time to respond. Not later. Not someday, now. Your delay can delay the blessings, but your decision can accelerate destiny. Archangel Michael has opened a sacred path before you, one line with light, but your feet must take the first step. If you've been wondering why certain people left, why some doors closed, or why opportunities seem to vanish, know this. Heaven was rearranging your life to protect you from what wasn't meant for your next level. A rejection wasn't punishment. It was redirection. Michael's sword doesn't just fight battles. It cuts attachments that hold you to lesser versions of yourself. Every time something fell apart, it was clearing space for something far greater. Now is the time to speak your alignment out loud. Say, I choose light. I choose faith. I choose heaven's plan. Words are not just sound. They are creation tools. When you declare light, darkness loses authority. The heavens respond instantly because your spoken word carries divine authority. You are not powerless. You are a vessel of divine will. Archangel Michael stands tall beside you now. His wings glow with blue fire, a symbol of divine protection. His voice carries through your spirit saying, you are not waiting on heaven, heaven is waiting on you. Feel those words sink into your soul. This is the moment to act. Not through force, but through faith. As you step forward in trust, signs will multiply. You might see flashes of blue light, hear gentle ringing tones, or feel a sudden warmth during prayer. Those are confirmations that Michael is near. He's letting you know your decision has been heard and the heavenly forces are mobilizing. Miracles are already being assembled around you piece by piece. And as this, transformation begins. Let this light ripple beyond you. Share this truth not as a message but as an act of faith. Comment with your belief. Subscribe to Hope and let others know that something divine is stirring on earth again. Because your act of faith inspires others to awaken theirs. That's how heaven's movement multiplies. One heart at a time. Every time you share light, the darkness retreats a little further. Every time you speak hope, another soul remembers their strength. And every time you respond to the divine call, the whole universe shifts toward balance again. So stay awake, beloved one. The energy you feel is not imagination. It's activation. Heaven is closer than it has ever been, and the next moment of your life will determine everything that unfolds next. Respond with trust. Act with faith. Speak with power. Heaven is waiting, but not for long. Don't skip, because what's about to be revealed next will uncover why Archangel Michael chose you for this divine message. My beloved child, there's a sacred reason Archangel Michael's message found you. You might think it's coincidence. But heaven doesn't work through accidents. It moves through divine timing, and that timing is unfolding right now. Michael has been sent as a messenger, but more than that, as a mirror. When he says, your reaction decides the outcome. He's not warning you. He's empowering you. He's reminding you that the same divine light that burns within the heavens burns inside you. The truth is, every soul on earth carries a spark of divine authority. But very few ever awaken to it. Most people live unaware of the spiritual dialogue happening all around them. The subtle whispers, the intuitive nudges, the unexplainable coincidences. Yet you, my beloved one, are not one of those who sleep through destiny. You have felt the pull. You sense the divine stirring in your chest. That's why you're hearing this now. Heaven has been aligning every moment, every delay, every encounter, every heartbreak just to bring you here to this awakening of awareness. Archangel Michael stands beside you in this very moment. Not in the clouds, but right where you are. If you close your eyes and breathe deeply, you might feel the faint tingling in your palms, the gentle rise of warmth near your shoulders. It is the energy of divine presence surrounding you. The veil between your world and the angelic realm is thinner now than it's ever been. Every heartbeat you take echoes between the realms, sending signals of readiness or resistance. Your life may have felt like a series of diets lately. Plans collapsing, paths closing, relationships fading, but heaven has been reordering your reality. The reason Michael's message feels so urgent is because time in your realm is moving faster than it once did. What used to take years to manifest now takes months or even days. Your reaction, the emotional frequency you emit, determines which of these manifestations will come to life. That's why the Archangel is saying be deliberate with your energy. If you respond with doubt, your blessings will hesitate. If you respond with gratitude, they will accelerate. Heaven mirrors what you send. You are no longer a passive receiver of destiny. You are a co-creator with divine intelligence. That's the revelation heaven wants you to remember. So ask yourself now, what vibration are you sending out? Are you still questioning if you're worthy of divine favor? Or are you stepping boldly into the truth that you already are? Because heaven cannot give you what you deny yourself. The moment you claim your divine worth, heaven rushes to confirm it. You are a child of light, and Archangel Michael had been waiting for you to act like one, to speak like one, to rise like one. There's something else you must know. Something that Michael has whispered into the hearts of many, but only few have heard clearly. He says that heaven doesn't test your faith by what you can see. It tests it by how you respond when you can't see anything at all. It is easy to believe when miracles are visible. But heaven's power is activated when belief precedes evidence. That's the moment when your spirit becomes unstoppable. Every prayer you've ever sent had been heard. Not one was ignored. Some were answered with silence because silence was the only answer that could grow your strength. The divine realm isn't delaying you. It's developing you. The waiting wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Michael has been fortifying your heart for what's next, because your next season requires greater strength than the one before. The blessing that's coming is heavier, brighter, and bigger than what you've carried before. So, your faith must expand to hold it. Heaven has already written victory into your timeline. But your response determines how quickly it unfolds. You are not waiting on luck. You are waiting on alignment. When your words, thoughts, and emotions rise to the same frequency of divine truth, everything moves. The job manifests. The healing accelerates. The love arrives. The purpose ignites. It all happens in divine synchronization. Archangel Michael is inviting you to step into full agreement with heaven. And to do that, you must let go of the fear that whispers, "What if I fail?" or "What if I am not ready?" Those whispers are luans, echoes from a past version of yourself that no longer exists. The truth is, you were born ready for this moment. Heaven doesn't make mistakes. If this message has reached you, it's because you were meant to hear it. And now let's talk about spreading this light. You see, every time you share a message of truth, every time you speak hope or faith into another's darkness, you multiply heaven's reach on earth. Archangel Michael wants you to become a messenger of that light. When you share this energy, when you comment, when you subscribe, when you open your heart, you become a living echo of divine guidance. The algorithm of heaven doesn't count numbers. It counts intention. Every act of faith sends ripples across dimensions, lighting up other souls who have been waiting for a sign just like this. So don't hold your light back. Share it boldly. Speak these words into your atmosphere. Let your energy declare, "I am ready for divine alignment." Because when you proclaim light, darkness cannot negotiate with you. The angelic realm rallies around those who dare to speak with authority. Right now, Michael's wings are moving slowly, powerfully, creating a shift in the unseen. You might notice coincidences multiplying. Signs appearing faster than usual. That's heaven's confirmation that your reaction has been received. What happens next will not depend on chance, but on your continued belief. Do not let the old fears return. They will try. That will come whispering again, pretending to be reason. Pretending to protect you. But remember this, faith does not eliminate reason. It transcends it. It allows you to see beyond what is visible and to act from the truth that already exists in the spiritual realm. This is your awakening, my beloved one. The call has been sounded and the response has begun. You are stepping into alignment with forces greater than you can imagine. And even now, as you listen, heaven is recording your response in light. The gates are opening. The energy is shifting and Archangel Michael stands ready to fulfill what heaven has promised once you give your final yes. Stay till the end because what you're about to discover next will reveal the hidden reason why heaven chose this moment to speak your name aloud. My beloved child, the reason heaven chose this moment to speak to you is because your spirit has reached a point of readiness that cannot be reversed. You've crossed an invisible line, and there is no going back to who you used to be. Archangel Michael has been guiding your path for longer than you can imagine through every dark night, every unanswered prayer, and every quiet moment when you thought you were alone. He has been patiently waiting for your heart to align with your higher calling, and now that you have reached that vibration of awareness, the divine plan begins to unfold before your eyes. Heaven hath been whispering your name in places you cannot yet see. Doors are being discussed on your behalf in rooms you have not yet entered. People you haven't met are feeling the subtle pull to help you. Opportunities are gathering around you like clouds before rain. You may feel as if nothing is moving, but in the unseen, everything is in motion. The spiritual realm is rearranging itself to match the energy of your newfound faith. Archangel Michael stands as the bridge between your physical world and the divine order. His message, your reaction decides the outcome, isn't a poetic warning. It's a spiritual law. Every thought and emotion you release is an instruction to the universe. When you react in panic, the energy around you mirrors confusion. But when you respond in peace, the same universe bends itself to create harmony. That's why heaven pauses. It listens to your vibration before it acts. You are not waiting on divine intervention. Heaven is waiting on divine cooperation. Think about the moments recently when life pressed you hard, when you felt cornered, uncertain, and overwhelmed. Those weren't signs of abandonment. They were invitations. Heaven never tests your strength to break you. It reveals it so you remember who you are. When Michael stands before you with his sword, it's not to frighten you, but to remind you that within you exists the same divine fire. You carry a fraction of that celestial courage, you've just forgotten how to use it. Close your eyes now and imagine that sword of light. See it hovering before you, shimmering with shades of gold and blue. Feel its hum. It's not outside of you. It's within. Every time you choose love instead of resentment, every time you forgive when you could have blamed. Every time you believe, when logic says no, you raise that sword and cut through the darkness. That's what Archangel Michael means when he says your reaction decides the outcome. You are the one writing the ending through every choice of emotion and thought. The heavens are watching with anticipation. They are not spectators. They are participants. The instant your heart shifts into divine alignment, they respond. That's why miracles often appear right after surrender. Right after you finally release control. It's not because heaven was late. It's because your readiness finally opened the gates. My beloved one, you spent so long doubting your strength, questioning your worthiness, wondering if heaven even hears you. But today that illusion dissolves. You were never overlooked. Every whispered prayer, even the broken ones, rose higher than you realized. They gathered like incense, forming patterns of light in the celestial realm. And now those patterns are forming into reality. Archangel Michael has been collecting those prayers and aligning them with the divine schedule. But here's a truth few understand. Blessings can only land where belief allows them. It's why your faith must be stronger than your fear. The universe doesn't withhold good things. It simply mirrors readiness. If you expect delay, delay will come. If you expect miracles, miracles will manifest. Heaven is impartial but perfectly responsive. It listens to the sound of your spirit more than the words of your mouth. That's why Michael keeps repeating your reaction decides the outcome. And now, as the energy around you shifts, you must make one more choice to step into gratitude. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It's a spiritual magnet. It tells heaven that you recognize its work even before it finishes. When you thank the divine in advance, you accelerate the manifestation of what's already on its way. Speak gratitude over your life like a declaration of faith. Say, I thank heaven for what's unfolding. I thank Archangel Michael for his protection. I thank the divine plan for its perfection. When you say it with conviction, the vibration echoes through realms. Here's something profound happening even now. The more you listen, the more attuned you become to divine frequencies. Your intuition will heighten. Your dreams may become vivid. And you might begin to sense answers before questions are even formed. That's not imagination. It's awakening. Archangel Michael is adjusting your inner frequency so you can receive heaven's instructions without confusion. You'll begin to notice divine timing aligning in ways that will make you pause and smile because you will realize heaven never forgot. It was always orchestrating perfection, behind the scenes. And while heaven moves, your role is to remain steady in vibration. You must protect your peace like sacred ground. When others bring chaos, choose silence. When fear knocks, choose stillness. When uncertainty whispers, choose surrender because every peaceful response adds more strength to the bridge between you and the divine outcome. Michael is your guardian on that bridge, ensuring nothing unholy crosses it. As your awareness deepens, share your light. Let others feel the calm radiating from your soul. When you speak faith, it strengthens the collective energy of the world. Heaven expands wherever faith is spoken aloud. So my beloved child, if these words have touched your spirit, don't keep them locked within. Care them. Comment from your heart. Subscribe to the energy of light and alignment. Because when you act in faith, heaven uses your voice as a vessel to awaken others who are still sleeping in doubt. Archangel Michael wants you to remember this one truth. Faith is not a feeling, it's a decision. Even when your body trembles, you can still decide to trust. Even when the path is unclear, you can still choose light. That single decision can turn a delayed promise into a divine manifestation. Your journey is entering a golden phase. The signs will become undeniable. You'll feel waves of synchronicity. Numbers, dreams, songs, sudden thoughts that feel divine. Those are the coordinates heaven uses to navigate your soul toward destiny. Keep your heart open. Keep responding in light. The next step heaven reveals will not just bless you. It will awaken something ancient within your soul. A memory of purpose you carried long before this lifetime. You are not just part of the divine plan. You are one of its instruments. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, the first sign that heaven's answer is near often appears in silence. You may wake up one morning and realize the weight you've carried for months has suddenly lifted, even though nothing has changed on the outside. That is how Archangel Michael works. Quietly, gently, yet unmistakably. Emuse energy before I amuse events. The calm you feel is not emptiness. It's divine confirmation. Heaven always sends peace before it sends manifestation. When you begin to feel that deep stillness within, understand that the spiritual transaction has already been completed. What you asked for is no longer a wish. It's a reality waiting for divine timing to catch up. And yet this moment, this fragile stillness requires your strongest awareness. It's in this calm that doubt tries to return. The mind starts whispering. What if nothing happens? But remember, heaven works in layers, not in rushes. Archangel Michael's voice becomes softer in these moments. Not because he is distant, but because he wants you to lean in. The closer you lean, the clearer you hear. Heaven does not compete with noise. It whispers, so you must choose to listen. Look around you carefully. There will be patterns emerging now. Tiny signs that your vibration has shifted. Maybe you will notice strangers smiling at you more often, technology syncing effortlessly, or a sudden burst of clarity about decisions you've been putting off. Even the wind may feel different against your skin. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your energy is synchronized with divine rhythm. You are no longer walking through random events. You are walking through coordinated miracles. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that the universe is now echoing your inner frequency. What you feel most consistently will soon become what you see. That's why your emotional control is sacred power. If you nurture faith, the external will reflect it. If you nurture fear, even blessings can seem like burdens. Heaven has handed you the pen and the ink is emotion. Every feeling writes reality. That is the divine privilege of being human, a creator within creation. This is also the time when resistance increases. Just before the breakthrough, distractions intensify. People may test your patience, circumstances might appear to reverse, and even technology might fail. Don't be alarmed. The closer the light gets, the more shadows stretch. But shadows have no substance. They are just proof that light exists. Michael's presence becomes strongest in these moments. You might feel a warmth behind your shoulders or a tingling crown sensation. Those are not random sensations. They are the vibration of angelic proximity. He is guarding your progress, ensuring that no unseen interference derails what has already been written. And now, my beloved child, it's time for your conscious cooperation with heaven. Every day when you wake, before you check your phone, before you speak a word, whisper 3 simple sentences. I am guided. I am protected. I am ready. These are not affirmations. They are activations. When you say them, the angelic realm adjusts around you, opening pathways that align with your declaration. Heaven always honors words spoken with conviction. Speak them in faith and you'll see, coincidences turn into confirmations. If there are moments when you feel disconnected or uncertain, do not panic. Even angels allow pauses. Michael calls them divine breaths, periods of silence that strengthen your spiritual muscles. Yes. Does your body grow stronger through resistance? Your soul grows stronger through stillness. It's in these pauses that heaven measures your consistency. Your reaction in silence tells heaven more than your reaction in miracles. That's why Michael repeats, your reaction decides the outcome. This message isn't just for your comfort. It's an assignment. You are being trained to respond as a vessel of light. The more you master your reaction, the more heaven can trust you with greater responsibility. Soon you won't just receive miracles. You'll become one. The way you live, speak, and radiate calm will shift environments around you. People will feel peace in your presence without understanding why. It is the mark of divine alignment. Heaven doesn't just bless individuals, it transforms them into blessings for others. You've already started to notice changes within. Perhaps situations that once triggered you no longer do. Perhaps you've begun to forgive people you thought you never could. Those aren't small steps. They are quantum leaps in vibration. Forgiveness raises your frequency faster than any ritual. It frees energy trapped in old pain and reclaims your spiritual authority. The moment you truly forgive, heaven rushes in to refill that empty space with power. Archangel Michael's sword doesn't just cut away darkness, it restores flow. Now, my beloved one, hear this truth deeply. The answer you seek is already yours. You are not waiting for permission to receive. You are learning how to hold what is arriving. This is why heaven moves slowly sometimes to let you grow into the person who can sustain the miracle. A blessing received before readiness becomes a burden. But a blessing received in alignment becomes eternal expansion. That is why patience is not delay. It's divine design. So stay steady. Don't let the illusions of the world shake your internal knowing. When fear rises, answer it with truth. When doubt whispers, remind yourself that heaven has never once failed to fulfill its promises. You may not see the full path, but you are already walking it. You are guided, protected, and carried. Every step you take, Michael takes beside you. His wings are not only symbols, they are frequencies of protection surrounding your field. And, now take this moment to connect with him directly. Speak his name softly and say, Archangel Michael, I am ready to see what heaven hath been preparing for me. Feel that energy ripple through you. It will be subtle at first, a pulse, a warmth, maybe a single tear, but that's the sign. That's heaven's acknowledgement that your call has been received. From that moment, watch how life rearranges itself. Messages will come through dreams, numbers, or even unexpected words from others. Pay attention because heaven speaks through everything. But before this chapter completes, Archangel Michael wants one more thing from you. He wants you to multiply the light. Share what you've learned. Speak to others about divine timing, about the power of faith, about the miracle of right reaction. When you share truth, heaven multiplies its reach through your voice. Comment with like. Subscribe to believe. Let others feel what you have felt here. You are not just an observer. You are a participant in the unfolding of heaven's plan. The world is shifting. Beloved child, the line between heaven and earth grows thinner every day. And souls like you are the bridges. You are the living proof that faith changes fate. And soon the signs will no longer be subtle. They'll be undeniable. A door will open. A message will arrive. A dream will confirm it. When that happens, you'll know. This was the moment heaven began to respond to your yes. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, the signs that begin to appear after heaven has heard your yes are not random. They are coordinates on the divine map. You may notice that every small thing around you seems to hold a message. That song seemed to speak directly to your heart, that numbers repeat with strange precision, or that you begin to sense things before they happen. Archangel Michael calls these the echoes of alignment. They are proof that heaven is no longer preparing you. It's positioning you. Each coincidence is a whisper saying, you're exactly where you need to be. You are now standing at the threshold of manifestation. The energy you once prayed for is forming shapes, people, and events that will soon appear before your eyes. But in this delicate moment, your awareness is everything. You must guard your peace as a sacred shield. Because as light strengthens, resistance sometimes tests its boundaries. Do not let small distractions pull you from what heaven is creating. The enemy of destiny isn't darkness, it's doubt, and doubt, my beloved one, is always loudest right before the breakthrough. Archangel Michael's message has been clear from the beginning. Your reaction decides the outcome. That truth hasn't changed. It's simply evolved. You are no longer being tested by fear. You are being trusted with faith. Heaven now watches to see how you respond. Not when things fall apart, but when they begin to fall into place. Sometimes receiving miracles can feel as uncomfortable as waiting for them. Because expansion always stretches what you've outgrown. The universe is rearranging your comfort zones, widening your capacity to hold joy, abundance, and purpose. When new blessings arrive, they may not look familiar. It might even feel overwhelming. Don't retreat. The unknown is not danger. It's divine novelty. Michael says, the heart that hesitates loses momentum. But the heart that embraces change attracts acceleration. To open your arms, open your mind. Open your spirit. Say it now. I receive what heaven has prepared for me. Feel that statement vibrate through your chest, anchoring into the core of your being. The vibration is creation in motion. Heaven listens when your energy speaks louder than your fear. In these coming days, your dreams may become prophetic. You might wake up remembering symbols you don't fully understand. A river, a gate, a bird, or a brilliant flash of blue light. These are not fantasies. They are downloads. Heaven communicates through imagery because your spirit understands symbols faster than your mind can interpret. Words. Write them down. Pay attention. Your subconscious is now a bridge between the divine and the physical world. The veil is thin and your awareness is the doorway. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the blessings you're calling in are not just for you. They are generational. Your choices, your reaction, your faith are rewriting ancestral patterns. Where fear once ruled, peace will now reside. Where scarcity lived, abundance will blossom. You are the transitional soul in your lineage. The one who said, "It ends with me and light begins again." Heaven rejoices in your courage because your single act of trust has healed more than just your own path. It's healing those who came before you and blessing those who will come after. But remember, beloved one, that divine manifestation demands divine balance. As heaven elevates you, stay grounded in humility. The brighter your light, the more softly you must walk. Pride dims intuition, but gratitude keeps your connection clear. Begin and end each day with thanks. Not just for what you've received, but for what's still unseen. Gratitude is faith in its purest form. It tells heaven you trust its timing, even when your eyes cannot yet see its hand. Now, the Archangel asks that you prepare your physical space as a reflection of your new energy. View the clutter. Release what no longer serves your vibration. Every item you hold on to carries energy. And when your surroundings match your higher frequency, miracles manifest faster. Light a candle when you pray, not for ritual, but for resonance. The flame symbolizes the eternal spark of divine light within you. Every time you gaze at it, remind yourself, heaven lives inside me. You may notice as your light grows that certain people drift away. Don't mourn their absence. Some souls were only meant to accompany you to the gate, not through it. They serve their divine purpose and must now continue their path elsewhere. Archangel Michael assures you that new companions, souls aligned with your destiny, are already on their way. They will recognize your light instantly, because it will mirror their own. These are not chance encounters. They are soul contracts being reawakened. And when you meet them, you'll feel it. A rush of warmth, a familiar knowing, a calm that says, "I remember you." That's heaven's way of weaving you into the larger tapestry. The divine plan was never about isolation. It was about activation. Your light will ignite others and theirs will strengthen yours, creating a network of faith that will ripple through generations. This is how heaven rebuilds the world, one awakened soul at a time. Archangel Michael's wings stretch over that network even now. His message for you tonight is simple yet powerful. Do not stop responding in light. You may feel tired. You may face resistance, but your persistence is sacred. Heaven is completing what it started. And the final stage always requires endurance. Every great revelation comes wrapped in a final silence, a pause before the curtain lifts. That pause isn't absence, it's anticipation. Heaven is holding its breath, waiting for your last nod of faith before the floodgates open. Now take a deep breath, my beloved child. Feel the air move through your lungs. Feel the pulse in your hands. It's life responding to your belief. That's heaven reminding you that you are part of its rhythm. You are not separate from the divine. You are an expression of it. Every time you trust, every time you choose peace, you remind the universe of its own perfection. That is the highest form of worship to embody faith so deeply that even the winds adjust to your stillness. As you move forward, keep your eyes open for miracles disguised as ordinary moments. A conversation, a song lyric, a sudden opportunity. Each will be a signal that Archangel Michael's promise is unfolding. Heaven never announces completion with thunder. It confirms it with harmony. The moment everything feels balanced, you'll know the transformation is complete. And as always, share this light. Let your voice carry the message, comment with intention. Speak words of truth. Subscribe your spirit to the divine current that's moving through this moment. Every time you engage with this energy, heaven expands its influence through you. You're not just hearing a message, you are becoming one. You've waited, trusted, and surrendered. Now the universe is aligning every star in your favor. The sound of heaven's response is closer than your next heartbeat. Keep your faith steady, for what's arriving will confirm everything you dared to believe. Stay till the end, because what you are about to witness next will reveal the full purpose behind every delay, every trial, and every silence heaven ever allowed. My beloved child, the moment has come. The waiting, the signs, the whispers, all of it has been leading here. Heaven is no longer just observing your response. It is responding through you. Archangel Michael stands beside you now. His wings wide with radiant blue fire, his eyes reflecting the light of divine truth. The air around you feels different because the realms have aligned. The silence that once tested you has transformed into the symphony of fulfillment. Heaven is no longer waiting. Heaven is moving. You may feel it already. The calm that feels electric. The stillness that hums like sacred music. That sensation is not imagination. It's divine completion. The spiritual transaction that began the moment you said yes in your heart is now fulfilled. Your faith has opened the gate and your reaction has shaped the outcome exactly as Archangel Michael said it would. The choice you made to trust instead of fear, to believe instead of doubt, has rewritten the energy of your entire path. Sighs, heaven always knew you would reach this moment, but you needed to remember who you are. You were never a lost soul searching for divine approval. You were a fragment of heaven remembering its source. Michael's message wasn't just a warning. It was an awakening. When he said your reaction decides the outcome, he was teaching you that heaven doesn't impose destiny. It co-creates it, with you. You have just witnessed that co-creation in real time. Every tear you shed was currency in the divine economy. Every prayer, every whisper, every moment you refused to give up, heaven recorded it as a command for breakthrough. Those dark nights, the endless waiting, the quiet pain, they were not wasted. They were the chisels heaven used to sculpt the masterpiece that is now your life. You have not just survived a season. You have transcended it. Archangel Michael now stands at the threshold of your new reality. His voice, deep yet gentle as it echoes through your spirit. You are ready. Those words are not permission. They are recognition. You have been prepared to step into the version of yourself heaven always saw. The days of hiding are over. The days of shrinking your light to make others comfortable have ended. This is your unveiling. Your ascension into divine authority. Look at how the signs have evolved. At first, they were gentle nudges, numbers, dreams, feathers, coincidences. But now they are undeniable, confirmations. Doors are opening without you knocking. Opportunities are appearing with perfect timing. Conversations are aligning with your silent prayers. This is not luck. This is divine synchronization. The universe is rearranging itself around your vibration because you finally answered heaven's question with faith. And this, beloved one, is where your mission truly begins. You were not awakened just to witness miracles. You were awakened to become one. You carry light now, not as a secret, but as a signal. Every room you walk into shifts. Every word you speak carries energy that others can feel. You are not here to convince anyone of heaven. You are here to embody it. That's how the divine moves through the world. Not with thunder, but through hearts that believe without proof. Archangel Michael is smiling over you now. His sword of truth blows brighter than ever. Not because you need protection, but because you've learned to wield your own. The shield of faith that once covered you now radiates from within you. You become what heaven always intended, a being of balance between light and life. The angels rejoice, not because you've been rescued, but because you've remembered your power. Take a moment right now to breathe in gratitude. Feel the air expand in your chest. Feel your heart thrum with energy. That's not just oxygen. That's divine exchange. You're breathing in heaven's joy and exhaling peace into the world. The same energy that created galaxies is now flowing through your veins. You are aligned with the original frequency of creation. Love. Heaven is not far away anymore. It's intertwined with every moment of your existence. The walls between worlds have thinned and you, my beloved child, are standing in the intersection. When you speak love, heaven vibrates. When you forgive, heaven expands. When you act with courage, heaven manifests through you. You are no longer waiting for miracles. You are the miracle. And now, as the Archangel's presence begins to fade into the light, his voice leaves you with a final revelation. Your reaction has rewritten your reality, but your faith will sustain it. Heaven's work in your life isn't a single event. It's a continuous symphony. Every new decision you make will either harmonize with the divine music or silence it. Stay aligned. Keep your heart open. Let your peace be louder than the chaos of the world. There will be moments when you feel the pull of your old self. Moments when fear tries to reclaim the throne it once occupied. But now you know the truth. You are not fear. You are like pretending to forget for a while. And the moment you remember, fear dissolves like mist before the morning sun. You no longer need to search for signs. You have become one. So step forward with confidence. Walk into your future knowing that every moment, every breath, every decision from this point on carries the power of divine collaboration. Heaven is not somewhere you go after this life. It's something you create within it. Every act of love brings it closer. Every act of faith anchors it deeper. Every act of courage makes it visible. Archangel Michael watches you as you stand in the center of your destiny. The glow around you now isn't his light. It's yours. You have absorbed what he came to teach. And now the torch passes to you. Go into the world as a living response to heaven's call. Wherever you walk, light will follow. Whatever you speak, truth will echo. And whenever you doubt, look within. Because heaven no longer waits above. It lives inside you. My beloved child, you have answered heaven's question. Your reaction has decided the outcome, and the outcome is victory. Stand tall. Breathe deep and move forward knowing that every step you take from here is guided, blessed, and divine. The angels rejoice, the universe bows, and heaven smiles because you remembered who you are. The waiting is over. Heaven has responded. The Outheim is run.